What's up, gamers and geeks? Matt here with That's Fair Podcasting and Gaming Geeks Live. And in this video, I'm going to talk about who I personally decree as the face of Ninjamania, the ninja craze of the 80s, the one and only Sho Kosugi. To me, the baddest of the bad of the 80s martial artists, and one of my personal favorites, who to me typically is just the face of it all and started, to me, the ninja craze. So stay tuned. Before I get into it, I will say that to me, the number one ultimate badass of them all was Bruce Lee. He was the biggest influence on me. He was the reason why I got into martial arts. I can guarantee you I'm only one of millions of people who have said that. It's no bullshit. I mean, Bruce Lee is the ultimate. And I remember I was coming of age in the 80s and I needed someone to come along and fill that Bruce Lee itch, because Bruce Lee had only technically made 4 movies and 1 more partial, Game of Death, his last one. But I remember just needing someone to come along and fill that void, and all of a sudden this ninja craze took off. And it's thanks in large part to my man Sho Kosugi, the Hollywood Ninja, the one who to me put a face on Ninjamania of the 80s, that ninja craze that took off. To me, I personally hold it all to Sho Kosugi, and then everything else around it sort of fell into place. But he was, to me, the nucleus of it all. This is a guy, Sho Kosugi, who was born June 17th of 1948 in Minato City, Tokyo, Japan. He was born early on with, I believe, a condition with a hole in his lungs and a heart condition. But this is a child who started learning martial arts young. He learned the likes of Shindo, Jin-in-ryu karate, kendo, judo, aikido, kobudo, aikido, and ninjutsu. Obviously, as it showed. But again, he was born with these conditions, and this is a man who, or a young man who would come along, and by 18, I believe, won the All Japan Karate tournament. He was the All Japan Karate champion. And at 19, he would finally move to Los Angeles, California, and start appearing randomly in some small roles, if you will. But there's a story that's shrouded in mystery with Sho Kosugi. I don't remember the exact age. You can look this up. I heard it somewhere, I think. But it's believed that he started learning some martial arts, secret martial arts, from an elderly man when he was younger. And this is sometime in Japan, before he had moved to Los Angeles at the age of 19. This is a time in Japan where he was learning. It was believed to be some of the art of ninjutsu, and this old man would teach him. He would, Sho Kosugi would, go after school straight to this is shrouded in mystery, mind you, but after school, Sho Kosugi would go and learn from this man, learn some secret art of martial arts that wasn't just taught by, to everybody. And, Sho Kosugi would leave for about a year and a half, and would come back, and that house that he would learn this martial arts from this old man was completely vacant, completely abandoned. And what's crazy is, from the stories, this place looked like it had been abandoned for 10 to 15 years. Like, there was no trace of anyone behind, no trace of anyone ever living there. But he had learned a lot from this old man, and this old man was just gone, almost as if he never existed. And the insane part is if you look it up, I think it was on a video, or I read it somewhere, I don't remember, but it really blew me away. But anyway, by the age of 19, he had moved, like I said, to Los Angeles, and he had taken, he had joined various martial art competitions in California. In fact, I believe there were hundreds of total martial art tournaments that he would partake in. He started getting small roles in cinema, but it would be Mike Stone that would create this script, and I don't remember what it was called, something dance. It wasn't called Enter the Ninja yet, but in 1981 he presented it to Canon, Golden Globus, Canon Films, and they took it and they decided to change the name. Now, I don't remember exactly what happened to Mike Stone. I don't think he's credited with anything. I don't remember for sure. But Sho Kosugi was there as more of a martial arts, not even a choreographer, but just a guide. But ultimately, he would get that role, winning it, because he played the ninja so well. He got the role as the black villain ninja Hasegawa in Enter the Ninja in 1981, opposite Franco Nero. And I think that was enough for us. I mean, you could tell he was playing a lot of the extras, the red ninjas as well. You can always tell by his movement when Sho Kosugi was playing extra ninjas on the set. And Hasegawa, you fell in love with him. I mean, I don't know about you, but I was not rooting for the white ninja. I was rooting for the black ninja. I didn't care how evil he was. Even at the very end, he showed that honorable Japanese, badass, honorable soldier in him when he's like, basically helping Franco Nero. He's like, cut the neck, and you have won with honor. Allow me to die with honor, and it's just, that movie is still awesome to this day. I remember going, my ancestors were samurai from Iga. I come from great warrior family. And I fell in love with Sho Kosugi right then and there. And then in 1983, Revenge of the Ninja came out. And you're just like, okay, this is now the height of it. It didn't get any better than this. He plays the family man with that, I believe it was an art gallery or whatever, and they moved to, you can tell it was in Salt Lake City, Utah. And you find out that his best friend, his business partner, is an actual evil ninja master. They have the big battle on the rooftops. It's funny, me and my wife Mandy were going to see Adam Sandler in 2019 is when we saw Adam Sandler live when he was doing his 100% Fresher tour. And I have a picture, I'll have it on here, of the buildings, the final climactic scene that Revenge of the Ninja was fought on. I'll play that for you in the video, but I had to take pictures of that, make sure, hey, Sho Kosugi was up there. They filmed that badass fight scene. In 1984, it's got a big cult following. It's kind of a Flashdance meets The Exorcist with a splash of Sho Kosugi, the ninja, in there. In Ninja 3: The Domination, starring Sho Kosugi and Lucinda Dickey. And sadly, it's probably my favorite ninja movie of all time. It was awesome. I fell in love with that movie. I loved the eye patch with the symbol of where the sword, from the top of the scabbard. And you have flashback scenes of how he got it. It was that ninja that he had to, only a ninja can destroy a ninja. It was the ninja that hit him in the eye with the star that he had to finally destroy. It was the camouflage ninja that was like a camo color. And Lucinda Dickey, I thought, played it extremely well too. She said that she had learned to be a decent portrayer of a martial artist because of her dance routine. But she said seeing Sho Kosugi, he was just so skilled and so fast. And I'm compelled to agree. Sho Kosugi was, to me, the biggest badass of the 80s cinema. And, then he left Canon and Golden Globus. And in 1985, he did two movies, 9 Deaths of the Ninja and Pray for Death. And to me, the quality kind of fell versus what Canon did. Didn't matter, though. As a Sho Kosugi fan, I just needed to see him pumping movies out. And he did. And I loved the whole ninja thing that he played in Pray for Death, the mask. And it's kind of cool. I mean, obviously, he had a television role called The Master with Lee Van Cleef. And but then in 1987, he did a movie called Rage of Honor, which wasn't as ninja-driven as it was just, more of a Sho Kosugi in an action film. And just like 1988's Black Eagle, where he faces off with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Now, to me, Sho Kosugi, I thought, was overall a little more skilled than Van Damme. Van Damme was athletically, probably, he had the edge athletically. He's just big. And, he was obviously, he was an awesome badass, I think, from Belgium. But Sho Kosugi, with the amount of martial arts behind him and skill, I think pound for pound, I think Kosugi wins that fight. Maybe an unpopular opinion, but that's mine. And in 1989, he played an evil person in Blind Fury, opposite Rutger Hauer, who was blind. And of course, Sho Kosugi played the villain and had to lose to him, but let's be realistic, that's a bunch of shit. But then he did appear as the evil ninja master in Ninja Assassin in 2009. And when I saw him, I'm like, oh my God, it's time. I'm like, this Sho freaking Kosugi, man. But anyway, I did a ninja video about the ninja craze of the 80s called Ninjamania a couple of months back. And I wanted to do one on Sho Kosugi, an appreciation video of what this man has accomplished. He's opened schools in Japan, but he resides still in Los Angeles, California. And I think that as Kosugi fans, we can all agree that he had a bigger impact on cinema and martial arts than I think he may ever realize. Us Gen X aren't going to forget him anytime soon. He was the face of the ninja craze of the 1980s, known as Ninjamania, and he will forever be etched in my mind as the Hollywood ninja of all time. But anyway, guys, that's all I had. Thank you for actually sitting here and listening through this. Please subscribe to That's Fair Podcasting or Gaming Geeks Live if you don't mind. Maybe like the video, help us, get more views. We're at your mercy. And if you didn't do any of those things and you just decided to watch this video and hear the rant about the great Sho Kosugi, thank you so much. That's all I could ask. I sincerely appreciate, and to all you gamers and geeks out there, all love, and I'm outro.